Hello and welcome back to the best predictions you will ever find on the internet across all planes of human existence. These transcend the Champions League, football in general, everything. I'm Adrian, a guy who is not a tipster or someone who's built their career on prediction videos, a guy who makes football explainer videos. And let's see how my preview and predictions went for this round of 16 in the Champions League. Now, the video was published on February 5th, filmed on February 4th. And what a different time we were living in when it comes to the form and players available at that time. I mean, Neymar wasn't ruled out yet at that time. Atletico were comfortable in La Liga and flying still. But there are so many factors when making predictions. You need a lot of luck. You need players to stay healthy. You need teams to stay in form. You need managers to not make weird changes to their approach suddenly. You need calls to not go against you. There's a ton of variables. And speaking of managers making weird changes and needing teams to stay in form, Luis Suarez. Finally, a clinical striker that can finish off the chances that the rest of Atleti creates. Someone to be the spearhead of Simeone's more attacking 3-4-2-1 formation, and he's been an absolute hit. 14 goals in 16 La Liga appearances has helped Atletico to one of their best starts in La Liga with 50 points from 19 matches, a 10-point lead over the chasing pack, and a match in hand. Prime example. Suddenly Simeone changes the shape against Chelsea. Luis Suarez puts in 2 dud performances. And look at them domestically as well. What could have been a 13-point lead has been chopped down to just 4 in the matter of about a month and a bit. See what I mean? I spoke about this during a live stream. When I was just getting started on YouTube, any incorrect prediction hurt me, man, because I had no identity yet and I thought it discredited me. But as I found my identity on YouTube and realized how random football is, how it makes a fool of everyone basically, and how everyone only remembers your bad predictions, it doesn't bother me anymore. I include a prediction for you guys to have fun, because that's what YouTube is about. If you aren't having fun or learning something, what's the point, you know? But anyways, and the prediction, of course, almost forgot about it. I personally have Atletico making it through on this one, as they're an improved side on the one that went out against RB Leipzig last year, vastly improved. And Diego Simeone has proven time and time again that so long as Ronaldo isn't playing, his side makes it through in a 2-legged tie. That Leipzig loss was, of course, a single match elimination. Hey, Chelsea becomes the first side that doesn't boast Cristiano Ronaldo to defeat Diego Simeone in a 2-legged tie. So congratulations to them. They absolutely deserved it based on the 2 legs. I mean, I'm blown away time and time again by how Tuchel has this team playing. They were playing well at the beginning of February, but they're still playing well in mid-March. They blew away Simeone, and he retreated back into his 4-4-2 comfort zone, which is disappointing. Just when I thought that they were evolving into a solid attacking side, they revert. Sad to see. All right, next. So I think that this could be a close one, as I fear for the defenses of both sides, despite Barcelona actually looking a bit better defensively lately. Beep beep, here comes the prediction crusher in the form of Araujo going out injured after helping Barcelona to so many clean sheets in the lead up to this video. There goes that solid defense. Gerard Piqué coming out of nowhere and starting against PSG? Huh? Longley? Mr. Calamity himself? This is not the defense I expected. And it feels like it will be decided by an individual performance, an individual bit of magic in this. It's as close to a coin flip as I could get on this one, but something about this Barcelona side and the signs of improvement lately has me leaning toward them, let alone how Messi is playing out of his mind. Well, that individual was in fact Mbappe, who scored 4 goals across the 2 ties in which PSG won 5-2 on aggregate. Messi did score a stunner, but he didn't play out of his mind, as past Adrian said. The Camp Nou collapse ultimately cost Barcelona, and it cost me on the scoreboard as well. Get used to that. Plenty more L's coming up. Football-wise, you couldn't pick a better time to play against Liverpool, seeing as they are a mess when it comes to injuries, and their attack is very inconsistent. Yep, that was the hand Leipzig had been dealt, and they really failed to get anything done across the tie. Liverpool's back line was there for the taking, and they failed to capitalize, while their own back line cost them, which is funny because, I almost feel like this comparatively, keyword being comparatively, disastrous season for Liverpool could continue and Leipzig will just slip through. Or in Mukiele's case, they could just slip, and that could lead to Liverpool scoring precious goals. Man, Leipzig were not great in this tie, and Nagelsmann made the interesting call of not starting Sorloth in the second leg, despite him finding some great form domestically. Couple that with, Nat Phillips out of nowhere becoming a rock at the back for Liverpool. Do not tell me you predicted that. Leipzig's attack going missing and making mistakes, a la the Sabitzer back pass, Mukiele slip in defense, and Leipzig fail me once again, and I have failed to get a prediction right. Once again, 0 for 3, baby. Let's keep it going. Porto have shown time and time again that they will not give you an easy match, both in Europe and domestically. And I think that Sergio Conceição is to thank for that. As a Benfica supporter, of course I don't like the guy, but I wish that Benfica showed the same sort of desire that Conceição's players do consistently, thanks to his own fiery, let's be honest, fiery and hot-headed personality. That bleeds into his players. If one thing's for certain, it's that we saw this over the 2 legs against Juve. Porto were great, sure, they aren't blowing anyone away with their attacking patterns or anything like that. They fought diligently in the attack and in defense, and Conceição nailed this against a club with much more resources than his own. I mean, they were lucky that Ronaldo wasn't given a penalty at the end of the first leg to take it to 2-2, 2 away goals, but hey, it's the way the cookie crumbles. Again, this is what makes predictions difficult. Random things like that, given or not given, it would have made a huge difference. Arturo is starting to figure out his place in the midfield, which is not the deep-lying playmaker, but in a slightly more advanced role, just a little bit further. That's where Pirlo played him at the second leg. That's an L for me, I guess. I mean, I personally feel like he's better utilized further up the pitch, but I mean, what do I know? Quite clearly, as you can see in this video. I don't think this tie is going to be easy for Juve, not in the slightest, as Porto have shown they fear nobody. But I do think Juve will come out on the other side as the victor over the 2 legs. Ronaldo versus Pepe will be kind of fun to watch, and I expect Ronaldo to get the better of his national teammate. Hey, wrong again. Porto go through on away goals, and Pep puts in an incredible display in the second leg. Not much to say about this one besides that I think the away goals rule needs some amending when it comes to extra time. But that's for another video, and that's just my opinion. Ultimately, Porto deserve to go through, man. All right, let's move on to Sevilla versus Borussia Dortmund, the former having lost an integral player in Lucas Ocampos just 2 days after publishing this video, the prediction video. Oh, and this aspect, of course. This is a side that is getting better and better as the season goes on, and their Europa League victory last season, yet another one, shows that they are not to be taken lightly in the knockout rounds of European competitions, as if anyone was going to do so at this point, right? How could you? Now, Borussia Dortmund, on the other hand, are having maybe not a nightmare season, but a forgettable season at least. Yeah, so just to jog your memory, prior to the first leg, Sevilla's form was a 9-match winning streak and 7 clean sheets consecutively. Borussia Dortmund's 2 wins in their last 7 matches. Things aren't clicking, and I fear like they may pay for it against Sevilla. Personally, I see Sevilla as a potential dark horse in this competition, and if Dortmund don't find some form soon, like in the next couple of weeks, then they'll be out. I have Sevilla going through to the quarters. Hey man, I mean, I don't know what to say. Massive performances from Erling Haaland, who's in love with this competition and is an absolute game changer, generational talent. A horrible time for Sevilla to go through a bad run of form following that loss against Borussia Dortmund. They suffered domestically as well. Did losing Ocampos play a role? Yeah, maybe, not having him for the first leg, but I don't think you can pin it on that. Better in the second leg, as they nearly forced extra time. They just needed 1 more goal and had Dortmund on the ropes, but Dortmund see it through. One of those teams we all have a soft spot for, so hey, happy for them. And they have perhaps the best keeper in the world, Emmanuel Neuer, so hey, is there really anything to worry about? I don't think so. I think that Lazio will fight valiantly, but I'm sorry, I can only see Bayern getting through this one. Yay, I got one right. Yes. I'm the embodiment of that podium meme right now. You know, this one? That's me after getting 1 right. But I was wrong about Lazio fighting valiantly. 6-2 in aggregate. It was never really close. Too many mistakes in defense, especially in that first leg, that first half, the first 45 minutes, the first quarter of this tie, if you will. Just horrible. And here's why I doubted Real Madrid, which actually, if you were to read through my comments, you would think that doubting Real Madrid was an illegal act and you'd get accused of being disrespectful, as if you always have to back them no matter what kind of form they're in. It's a really strange phenomenon. Real have won just 2 of their last 7 matches, the most embarrassing of which a loss against 10-man 3rd division squad Alcoyano. In the Champions League group stage, they lost both matches against Shakhtar and were minutes away from losing their first match against Gladbach before Benzema and Casemiro saved the day. I don't love the form that Real Madrid are in right now, as they look very vulnerable. I mean, yeah, I absolutely stand by that. Dealing with the information I had at my disposal, how could I love that form? And Atalanta, comparatively. Atalanta, on the other hand, had their 14-match unbeaten run ended by Lazio last weekend, where they lost 3-1 at home. Prior to that, they had looked fantastic, even beating AC Milan 3-0. So there you have it. That's where my head was at. And the prediction. I'm sure you know where this one is going. Right now, Atalanta is the side trending in the right direction, and I think their attack will be a little too much for that fragile backline that Madrid are boasting. Atalanta are my pick to go through. Okay, so in the first leg, a red card after 16-17 minutes. That was about 75 minutes or so playing with 10 men for Atalanta, and an unexpected goal from Ferland Mendy on his weak foot from outside of the box. Weird one. But man, Zidane absolutely killed it in the second match. As I said in a recent video, his switch to a back three that he tested the weekend before the second leg was a masterstroke, as Atalanta's typically sort of free-flowing attack was stymied by Ramos, Varane, and Nacho. They had no joy going down the flanks thanks to Mendy and the incredible Lucas Vazquez. Yes, he was incredible. And then there's Valverde and Cruz dropping deep to plug up the midfield. I mean, it was a great move by Zidane. They beat them 3-1 in the second leg, 4-1 on aggregate. Well deserved. I mean, I didn't see that coming based on the form and the fact that Zidane has never played that formation at Madrid, at least in the last 2 seasons. Couple that with all of the injuries they've had, it was even more unexpected. So kudos to Zidane and Real Madrid. And finally, not to mention João Cancelo on the other flank, improving all the time seemingly under Pep. In their current form, I don't know that I can think of a team that I would favor over City, with Phil Foden emerging as a top talent, with their incredible defense, and players like Gundogan suddenly performing at such a high level. Bernardo is looking like himself again. I can only see City coming out on the other side of this one. And there it is. 2 out of 8, which is ultimately a good thing. I like when things don't go as I expect them to go, because who wants predictable football? If I was part of some sort of prediction league where I was betting money, then yeah, I'd be upset. But I'm a guy who makes football concept explainers and is bullied into including predictions in my previews by my audience. I'm joking. Like I said, if you guys like them and enjoy roasting me for the ones I get wrong, then I'm happy to do it. If it provides you joy, of course I'll keep on doing it. But man, I'm disappointed in myself a little bit as far as numbers go. Usually I'm pretty good with the Champions League predictions. I mean, in the group stage, I did really well. I usually have about a 74% accuracy or luck rate maybe across the entirety of the tournament. But my God, I'm going to need to get nearly every single one correct from here on out to have a hope of hitting that level of accuracy/luck in this year's edition. But hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this look into why I predicted how I did. And if you enjoyed this video, then do be sure to drop a like or subscribe if you're finding me the football prediction oracle guy for the first time. My name is Adrian. This is Rabona TV, and have a great day. Peace.